they could go split. I mean, they beat WGS on split if it doesn't get vetoed.
Well, as you mentioned, Icebox is going to be taken away. WGS banning Ascent. With what's left, where does MARU want to go? They want to go to Breeze.
Another map they beat WGS on, so it makes a lot of sense. There's Bind. Okay, yep.
More open of a map. MARU probably going to be feeling a lot more confident there, which means that we can also potentially see Chibop go back over to the Jet, maybe even Godlike matching on that, depending on what the comp looks like when they put it together. And then Fracture has made it through, so both of the maps that you would have anticipated a bit of a coin flip for WGS to pick if they were left open, they get them. So Bind their selection, then Fracture if we can go to 3.
Yeah, so, man, Breeze feels like a must-win in some ways for MARU. I mean, of course it's their pick, but, you know, you feel like WGS has it in them to at least win Bind or Fracture. Even though MARU, again, has bested them on both of those maps at some point, it's still WGS. They're still capable of just absolutely going crazy. Luke's been great on the chamber to kind of back up the explosiveness of Hans Neon, kind of in a very different role, of course, but still does a solid job with it. Let's see if there's any change-ups. Maybe, okay, Godlike is going to go to the Jet.
Godlike to Jet. Knocks you on the KO, which means that Wix takes the chamber. Moves is going to stay with the Silva, so I'm not going to be seeing a fade. Looks like I'm ready. Going to be moving back to Old Faithful for him. Will be Han on the chamber, so nothing too shocking. Here is going to be mirrored comps on either side. Going to come down to who's able to do it better. MARU will start on the attack. We have seen this map be fairly attacker-sided favored. So we will see if they can kick things off nicely. They can get a solid lead. Set themselves up for success when they do flip over. Could be looking at a 1-0 start for the Young Guns. WGS, though, going to be looking to shut them down for a second time in a row. Keep themselves in this tournament. Lock in that LCQ spot.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I think this match should be an absolute banger, so buckle up, people. This one, I think, is going the distance.
I would happen to agree with you, so let's go ahead and start this off. The lower bracket matchup. One of these teams is going home. One of them is moving forward to play against Dom1. It all starts on Breeze.
All right, we're gonna watch that little crab scuttle.
It's been a while since we've been here.
Breeze?
Yeah, feels like it's been a hot minute. Most people have been going for the, you know, bind into, you know, I don't know, say Ascent, etc.
Yeah, we've been
Haven,
seeing...
been a lot of bind Haven.
We haven't seen much Icebox outside of CNJ. We don't get a lot of Breeze outside of DRX. Yeah.
Onslayers used to do it.
I know.
And then Dom1 broke them.
Yeah, well, Onslayers had a lot of problems.
Oh,
Godlike got spotted.
It's a really risky dash back. He wasn't sure if it was going to be clear out in mid, so he can't take the drop. And the haul is so damn long that he cannot escape. And that's going to be a very nice start to this attack from MARU. TP out there. As Wix starts making his way over, joining with the rest of the squad. Han going to get tagged down to 64 by that dart. Recalls back over behind the archway. The spike is going to be planted relatively for free.
Yeah, you got the toxic screen there to cover the arches and the connector, and Chibop just going to be on point. You got the follow through with Wix in the back. Watch for this, and he hits the headshot.
He does, but he takes a considerable amount of damage. Now he has 1 HP for himself. The jiggle out, he spots 1. Fragment goes his way. Call comes in though. So he's trying to keep him distracted as Zhonghai swings the corner. Wix will get 1. Knocks you died off screen. The bite now coming down. Wix and Zhonghai with 3 HP between the two of them. Han pushes out, manages to find 2 eliminations. That evens up the numbers here, but moves fairly well healthy, fairly well off at 45 HP. Yeah, well, he won't get involved in the final kill. It's going to be Wix picking a 4 instead. The pistol round will go the way of MARU.
What a round for Wix. Just doing a great job watching from that window in multiple directions, being extremely cagey. You know, once he's down to 1 HP, of course, he gets his opening kill with some, you know, great help.
What's a cloudburst?
From his Silva from moves. And yeah, what's a cloudburst? I don't know. But then he's just, 1 HP, doing a great job, just again staying out of the sight lines of his opponents and waiting for the right moments to strike, and the combo fire there to shut things down at B main with Zhonghai, just so good. Zhonghai looking for a snake bite lineup, it looked like for a second there. Probably clear the back of the pillars.
Oh, well, just enough of a gap left in the door for Chibop to get Sylvan in the head. And that's going to be it's going to be a painful one. As they just go ahead and sweep their way through the site. I'm Ready and Han, not much to be done. It's like I'm Ready just going to be tucked away behind the door with a shorty in hand, trying to see if anyone comes and peeks to check mid, which is Chibop. Maybe he's going to bite. Or they'll just be side by side.
This would be painful for Chibop. He invested in that Bulldog. They grabbed 2 of them. I mean, right now you got to feel like you can keep both of those, and Chibop, you'd rather play a little bit at range, I feel like, with the Bulldog. Maybe this is where you'd like to have someone with a Spectre instead, but I mean, at some point there is going to be a push around that corner, and Chibop does get out. Okay.
It does move the dink there from Zhonghai with the Spectre at range. I'm Ready at 4 HP, and Nakji had wrapped all the way around. Now behind him, it's a flawless here in the anti-eco for MARU as they move up 2-0.
Yeah, this is perfectly executed. I mean, that shot underneath the door as it was closing from Chibop is just chef's kiss. Beautiful stuff across, moves, great entry. Nakji in the follow-up through the door. That's exactly how you draw it up. Everything went according to plan, and you're even able to avoid the shorty shenanigans and move on to the next round. I mean, so far, so good for MARU. The last time they played on Breeze, right, MARU won 13-9, but their attacker side was actually even. It was a 6-6 split for MARU when they started on the attacker side. So kind of curious, a great start. It was the opposite the last time. They lost the pistol, lost the follow-up. So maybe this time, things will be different.
Dart out, does get the spot there on the Luke. He tucks back behind container. Chibop, he's behind Pyramid, but Spike still has not been moved. Up, Han gets the catch of the Wicks moments before he can take the teleport out. Let's get that elimination. Then it just moves as well. Zhonghai playing up close and personal. Finds one, but he is just completely surrounded. Now comes down to the Nakshi, and he cannot clutch it out. But it's still significant damage dealt here by MARU despite losing the round. They take away 4 rifles from WGS.
Yeah, that's a really good usage of their utility to clear the front of sight, to kind of push through, get a lot of kills, set up some good crossfire, some good trades. Being found, being sneaky, getting underneath the stairs there to pick up another kill on the back of yellow. This is just a really good entry from Chibop, as you expect. A good flash, good follow through. Han hit some couple banger shots. This is to be expected. I like the idea of just pushing through the fragment there. I mean, just try to get up to that door, see if you get lucky. You knew that Han was already pretty banged up.
Oh, Han now can't TP out.
Ruh-roh.
Chibop going to be dashing forward. The judge is there, but I'm Ready. Gonna end up falling all the same. Now Godlike dead as well. Chibop survives the attack. Gets himself in onto the site. Everybody else has retreated. As the knives go flying, Chibop just presses forward, finds Sylvan. Now has the tailwind at the ready, but as we know, they're both over by Archway. And Luke will end up getting Chibop through the box at the end. Drone moving, scouting. Looks the wall. Now they should know where both players are at. Han is going to be tagged. They have their work cut out for them. The jiggle through. Wicks, he was blind. I don't know if he actually got to see Luke there. He may not have noticed. Either way, he's going to tuck up against the wall. Doesn't get the shot, though. 2 HP in a dream. Luke looking for it, but does end up dying. With 3 members left alive, Han has his work cut out for him.
He's got to go for it.
Any damage he can do would be nice. He does avoid getting nullified there. The suppression not going to connect. Gets one. Running out of time, though, just wants to get some more eliminations. Ooh, sees him at the very last second. And does get Nakji. So, in response, very nice turnaround here from the side of WGS, doing significant damage to MARU's economy, but they will go ahead and take the round and now stretch the lead up by 2.
I mean, the problem with this round is, once you get hit by the nullify there for Han, he, like you were saying, he has no escape, right? So what happens? They basically, he runs away, and then Godlike and I Am Ready are sacrificed for the cause. Because you got it, they wanted to desperately keep that tour de force online, but it didn't matter. I mean, at that point, site was run over, round was Done and dusted. That's a hell of an adjustment on that shot. he
Yeah.
really was not looking in that area at all initially, and then scoped right back in. But still, WGS has to go back to an eco. They have been, damaged pretty heavily economically. Not just, on the one round they won. They lost 4 guns, so money's going to be a little bit awkward. And you can see just everybody kind of, but you look at this. Yep, I was just about to say, I Am Ready snuck up underneath the window. And see if anybody on MARU is going to be ready for this. Oh, they're ready. They know.
Oh, no, they don't turn, but as the Sheriff fires out, they realize very quickly what the situation is like. Cheap up getting tagged there by Godlike. He's a blind shot through the smoke. Han goes aggressive, pushes through the poison wall. Does find one before getting traded out. And looks like it's going to be a fairly quick, merciful cleanup from the side of MARU as Sylvan will get spotted. The dart not quite going to show his location, but they just spam him out. I think they sussed it out in the end. They didn't see him by the archway, so they knew he was in the sight because he did get suppressed. They spam him, they get the kill, and MARU continue onward.
I assumed with that pop flash over the window they knew he was there, or at least suspected, and they actually did not.
Nope.
They still got it.
So really, if I'm Ready had just waited,
yeah, but he
could have
panicked.
killed like 3.
Yeah, oh yeah. He panicked though. When you get flashed like that, sometimes you're just like, oh crap. They know I'm here. Like you just like in your mind, you're probably thinking, they know I'm here. I gotta go for something crazy. Han's got the operator though, as well as Wix. So you're gonna have dueling ops in the hall.
Oh, and just as he tries to adjust is when Wix swings. Lucky for Han, getting a bit, timing a bit there. Chibop opens the door, throws out a cloud burst with the tailwind forward. Zhonghai in the meantime does get Godlike. There's 2 around the back of container. Now there's none.
Great snake bites from Zhonghai.
Flushed out, and MARU look absolutely jazzed up and ready to perform here. Incredibly strong on the attack so far. Moves the only casualty. Chibop shows his head for just a moment, but I'm Ready takes the shot. Now they know that he's out in mid, and if they can punish him, get rid of this Vandal, it's going to be massive. Wix is looking for it. Whips the hit. That's going to be the operator down to the ground. They will move to try to recover that, and obviously I'm Ready's going to be cognizant of this, so needs to watch cave side.
It's not the end of the world for MARU. They've got plenty of money, so in terms of that, I'm Ready going to get another one there. Headshot on the Chibop through mid, and now they're trying to surround him. Zhonghai is already pretty beat up. You got Nakji trying to come through by pillar.
Basically one shot on the Zhonghai will take him down.
Gave the ult here to I Am Ready as well.
The question is, does I'm Ready want to try to greed to grab the operator for his team? Looks like the answer is going to be yes. He's moving forward. The shot across the side. Zhonghai gets the elimination in the end. Operator not going to be recovered, though.
Yeah, couldn't quite get it.
I think he could have. I think they maybe made the call to not play for it.
Oh, that could be too.
I think they know, we're playing into a, oh no, okay.
No,
Wix is going to buy it. Anyway, I was going to say maybe they just feel like they don't need it,
I think
given that they're going to play into an eco here, but.
Yeah, I think the round cut off just before he was able to switch.
Perhaps.
I barely caught it on the observer screen there. Well, yeah, it's time for a timeout. No doubt about it. Things aren't going good. I mean, they're getting just absolutely just mauled by utility here by MARU. The way MARU plays this reminds me a bit right now of DRX, the way DRX plays this map. They use the utility to kind of flush out the zones on the site. They've done a couple rounds where they've gone down the hall to kind of get that crossfire set up where you come from, you flash out the door, send your jet in, have the other players watching from the caves. Very sort of in the bigger picture sense of things, the way they're playing it. The B site hits, favoring those, setting up for the post plant stuff a little bit, but some differences here and there. I really liked the way that Zhonghai used his snake bites there to cut off the back of yellow.
Yeah.
That was really nice. Like, he isolated that. I can't remember exactly who it was. That's a really cute picture.
I like that. Unfortunately, he's not playing Neon.
There it is, that flash and come out the door. I mean, that's just, everybody does it, but it just feels a bit DRX-y to me right now. Like, they've clearly taken some pages out of their book. Of course you would. Who wouldn't? They're quite good. Every team in the world has admitted to taking stuff from each other, so
yes,
that's the way it works. I Am Ready. Fit himself inside of the chute here. And, I don't think anyone's going to push through this hall yet. There's kind of a rotation coming in for the side of MARU. They're going to check mid with the Owl drone. They're only going to get a spot on, I don't think anybody. I think Godlike was able to stay hidden. So no information other than, you know, everything's clear in mid. So now you got to realize, you know, there's probably some people tucked in here and there. But that is a pretty unusual spot for I Am Ready. I can't remember the last time I saw somebody squeeze themselves in like that on the defender side.
Yeah, with a sheriff of all things. It's not even a shorty.
Yeah.
Trying to get the instant pop onto somebody. Bold move from I'm Ready, but let's see if we can find value here.
You have a ton of ults on the side of WGS.
He got spammed down to 1 HP, I just noticed that. I'm Ready. He's in dire straits now. G-Bop, the push comes through from Luke. He can't get the elimination. Bit of damage in. Eventually, they do manage to take him down. They would love to get that gun. Push through the smoke, push the wall rather. Godlike will end up falling, but Sylvan finds Nocji. 3v3 with the weapon advantage just not there. Wix pushes up through the double doors and ends up finding Sylvan.
That was an ambitious push from G-Bop. That peek around that corner. Oh, Han.
Okay, Han with a Marshall. Always something to be respected, but Wix with Operator. He trades up.
Pretty good.
Pretty damn good. There's I'm Ready around the back. 1 HP and a Dream. Cannot get the headshot on the Zhonghai. And he will be able to run away from the spike explosion. So the Operator crucially retained by MARU. WGS still only finding a single round so far.
Yeah, just quintessential patience on the eco round here from MARU, just making sure there's no, you know, fast hits or push outs from a flank. And they just wait it all out. Yeah, G-Bop there getting a good one, but then there's literally 3 people watching that angle. He peeks it anyway, pays the price for it, but that's okay. Wix is there with the op. I mean, Han is nuts, but he whiffs that first one, and that gives Wix the perfect opportunity for the scope. Really nice shot on getting the headshot even onto Han, and now they're going to, you know, they were given this space in the previous round, so I kind of like what MARU's thinking here. You know, they were given middle space, now they're just taking it for free, and now WGS has to kind of scramble here to try to thwart this attack on the B.
She flashing the other side of the toxic screens. The Hunter's Fury here from moves, looks to try to tag somebody in back sight. Luke managing to evade all of those hits, though. Stays safe. Now, Godlike Wix not actually going to be taken down. G-Bop has to swing back around the opposite side of the corner. The fragment keeping him at bay. I'm Ready finds Zhonghai. And, ooh, Godlike playing it through his own Cloudburst. Manages to get a nice little headshot. Now it's just moves all on his lonesome. Tucks into the corner to avoid getting pinged. Will get suppressed. Stops it from being a flawless round. And, okay, even gets a second kill, so not too bad given his HP, but that will finally be WGS breaking the momentum, getting a second round win.
Yeah, good stabilization here for WGS. Kind of a cheeky little maneuver by MARU. Again, taking advantage of the information they had from previous rounds, knowing the middle area was open, being left undefended. So they try to gobble it up, and WGS has to scramble to try to deal with it. And a big part of this round, frankly, I think is MARU just took way too long after they got mid control. Like they waited for for moves ult, right? And then they didn't get anything off of it, and they still committed to the hit. And then by that time, you know, WGS is able to pick off, I think it was G-Bop that was trying to go towards defender spawn and just kind of cut him down one by one as they try to push through. So I think MARU just a little bit overthinking that round, and I don't like just kind of yeeting that Hunter's Fury out there.
I like this, though. They're very aware that WGS is going to have somebody pushed up. They're watching to see if Godlike is going to overstep. He hears the trademark at the base of the rope, so he might not think that there's somebody lurking directly on top of it.
Yeah, you might expect it to be like in short A or something.
Spray through. Tries to get the hit there. Takes Zhonghai down to 70 HP, but will not be able to get the elimination. Tailwind up. Not tailwind, but jumps up, doesn't see anything.
I wonder if Sylvan saving his ult to counter Zhonghai's ult. Oh no, it's over here. Never mind. They already placed it. I was like, he's got his ult. Did he use it? There it is.
Sylvan's not in it right now. Not sure how long it'll take before it does drop, unless he creeps back through. And no, it's gone. Pit has evaporated. Trying to flush him out. Just shut down one. Blind, decent, but now call will be made to rotate back over towards the A site. They've already gotten in pretty damn deep, just below the staircase here. Is G-Bomb. Knives go out. Han goes down, but they need to get Spike in. They're still so far away. They're not going to be able to get it.
Nope, not going to happen.
Oh, dear. And MARU, they get a bit too tied up in all of the rotations. Things fall apart for them. They run out of time, and Godlike mows down the final few.
Sylvan, even without the Viper's Pit, is still just nasty. I mean, he's such a difficult player to deal with. He gets clipped by a little bit of damage and a flash, but they're still not able to push comfortably off of the back of their own utility. Sylvan just, again, has the poison cloud there, can just wait it out. Not a bad one from Chibop, but follow up here. Whiffs on the right, and then pretty good stuff from Godlike. All right, MARU, I would have liked to have seen a timeout there maybe from MARU, but I guess you're going to wait for the eco. So if it happens, like if they lose. Going to get the ult for Nocji. Wix is one away from his as well, but not as important in this scenario. Get it for next round pretty much no matter what.
Fast hit, everybody playing quite far back here on the site. Fragment will go down. Nocji taking 2 ticks of that. Hurts quite a bit. Somehow Chibop trying to open up that spray on to Luke. Manages to react in time to get the punish. Now Nocji's going to be taken down. That's a Spike on the ground, stuck behind the pyramid. And WGS swarm right back into the site. Wix is the last man standing as he tries to make his way through the double doors, and there's a drone coming his way as well. Looks up against the wall. Hello.
And now they're just going to spam the heck out of it. I mean, nothing Wix can do, but, you know, he is going to die. And that is going to give him the tour de force for the next round, so.
It's flawless.
Yeah, I mean, there needs to be a timeout here for MARU. They had such a good start to this. They can't let it slip out like this. I mean, just good. I think the comms here just improving for WGS is a lot of this. They're kind of hitting these pushes together. They're putting their crossfires into play better. It seems like they're much more coordinated. Luke is just really, really good in that moment. Sylvan is Sylvan. They get a good spot on the back of that box, so they know there's one there. That's cleared out by Godlike. Yeah, just a great utility that round from I Am Ready. He had a lot of important moments to make sure there wasn't any other damage, and Han wins that battle.
Oh, yes he does. Wix taken down. And it is on an eco versus the operator.
Where's the timeout? I thought there would be one that time, but.
As did I. Seems like they want to do it after the eco.
Yeah, I suppose. That's fine. I still would have rather have seen it before that previous round. I think a reset was needed before you went into this eco. I think it would have been a little bit more of a game changer. That sense. Oh my God!
The timing capitalized on there by Chibop. Great opening kill. Moves in the meantime, has advanced quite far forward, and he will be able to get the counterpart Sova in the end. Chibop dashing up, grabs the op. Does he realize that Sylvan is very nearby? Is the question. Drops down. Off the top, can't get the hit. Luke in the meantime is holding the site firmly within his grasp. Nocji getting one, gets domed. It's a decent effort. Operator, maybe, I don't think it's actually recovered on the side of WGS, but that's now 4 consecutive rounds for them as we get ready to go into the final round of the half.
That's all right. The tour de force is available for Han, so he didn't recover it. Not the end of the world. Well, he's still going to invest in one anyway. I don't really think he needs to this round. He's got the tour de force. I say just rock and roll with that, and I don't know. Depends. You might have enough. They might have enough money banked up that it doesn't matter either way. But yeah, okay. Finally, the MARU timeout going to come through. Anox going to step up on the stage and talk things over. Kind of curious to see what this is going to look like. I mean, they've been read pretty well recently, and all of a sudden, you know, you give WGS an inch and they take a mile.
Yeah. It was a really solid start, but not since the initial little streak. You know, losing the bonus, but then retaking control. MARU pick up 4 rounds consecutively there. And it's been the WGS show. It may just be able to make this 6-6. And given the typical proficiency of teams on the attacker side, it's a major boon for WGS. Even 7-5, you're not going to be feeling the most comfortable as MARU.
Yeah, and I mean, I think what I could see from MARU coming into this, I might be curious to see something like a B hit where you try to land a knife onto Sylvan to make sure that he can't use his utility initially. Try to make a timing hit based off of some of that. It's easier said than done, of course, but like really, Sylvan's been a menace on both sides of the coin. So if he's on B and you can get that 0 point to connect onto him, it'll open up enough of a window, I think. Maybe they can get it done. Luke starting to feel it. Just walking around the corner, popping the last head. All right, it's going to be a mid push. That knife, I'm not sure if WGS's knife got 1 or 2.
Oh, Han pulls back away. The drone comes out. Chibop's got to clear that, so he's not going to be able to push into the tunnel. Does get tagged.
I like that Han switched to the Vandal instead this round. I really, really think that's a better use of his money. I think his coach had something to say about that. And now they're just kind of taking their time, trying to figure out what's going on. Tons of pings just coming off from the side of WGS into mid. He's got to worry about Wix's position there at the doors. Drone, check. I think they're looking for the place to put the knife. Yeah, it's only going to hit Godlike, though.
They don't get the tag onto him, though, so they can't track his movement. Just try to spam him through the smoke there is Han. Not going to be able to line up the shot. Wix gets 1, but Han gets his target in the end. I'm ready. Gets Zhonghai, and once more, it's just Nakji. The knife's come out. Point blank, right click, and 6-6 is the score line at the half. WGS. It took them a little while, but they learned the tendencies of MARU here on this attack, and they counteracted them at every twist and turn.
I mean, I kind of like the idea from MARU, but it was read pretty well there by WGS. I think they kind of thought what I thought. I'm like, well, if you just get rid of Sylvan, you might be able to take B site and kind of just set up those good post plants. You know, B's pretty difficult for the defenders to retake sometimes. So, I mean, 5 in a row there at the end for WGS is what that slings into, and that's upsetting for MARU. I mean, this is the exact same score. Let me put it this way. This is also the exact same score line. The last time, excuse me, they played on this map, and they still ended up winning 13-9. So, not super concerning, maybe.
I mean, if
you're a MARU fan,
if they have the defense sussed out and they can figure out exactly how WGS is going to try to pilot these attacks, then sure, they'll be fine.
Yeah,
but that's if they can do that.
Well, their mental just seemed to kind of fall apart a bit there as that one went on. And I'd like to see a slightly early timeout than the one that was called in round 11 or after round 11.
Something like that.
Yeah. So
10 or 11.
Yeah, 10 or 11. So let's see what MARU's got dialed up for the second half. Again, it went very well for them the last time. And oh, hey! Welcome.
With love from the UK. How about love from up here in our little casting booth?
Yeah.
You can't hear us, but welcome.
Thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. We've been getting more and more. People from overseas coming in. Singapore.
Country is open. Tourism is back.
It is. I just came back to Korea this morning.
That's true. You flew overnight from Thailand, and now you're back here.
Yeah, and
straight
it was
into the casting.
Yeah, it's easy to get in.
That's the old esports initiation when you have to get off a flight and basically go straight to the studio.
It's beautiful. I got a 2-hour nap in. Felt great.
There you go. Han going to get tagged up. As they will throw that 0 point forward. Chibop swinging the corner. Going to be good for 1. Godlike trades it back. Nakji lurking in the corner. Gets the shot. Can't quite find Han.
He hit Han, though. Han ain't happy. That did not feel good.
Definitely not.
He still got out, though.
Oh, and Han is still aggressing forward. Now he's out of headhunter bullets, though. Tries to swing the corner. Zhonghai with some covering fire. Will save moves his life. As classic at this range can be so frustrating to try to play. I'm ready, making decent use of it though. Finds 1, moves tucking back around the corners, 2 approach from the right, and they will be able to completely encapsulate I'm Ready's position. The defuse will come through, and MARU will once more win the pistol round.
A nice little maneuver here by Moves at the end to buy some time for the flank. Make sure they don't throw over any more kills. It's a team ace, so everybody got 1. So everybody doing their part here. A good opener, a good read by the side of MARU. They pretty much, in my opinion, looks like they had a pretty good prediction on what this pistol round would look like. considering they committed quite a bit of forces. Zhonghai, nice long-range shot, moves with the Ghost, gets the kill, and then sets up the follow-up for Wix. So that's exactly what MARU needed to come into this second half to kind of figure things out.
Yep.
And let's see if they can follow through here on the anti-eco. A couple marshals. You love to see it. I want to see some banger marshal shots. Let's go. I live for those.
Zhonghai is going all in. Man's got himself a Spectre, and he's playing back by stairs.
I believe.
This could be quite costly should he go down. I mean, moves also buying out to 550. So a win against the anti-eco would be incredibly massive for WGS. And incredibly tilting if you're MARU.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a weird wall here from WGS.
G-Bop, okay, gets the chest shot. Storm out into mid. 2 eliminations going to be found as Wix looks to approach. Gets, whoa, instant headshot on a godlike.
Yeesh.
He like started to ADS after he had already killed him.
Sometimes you're just kind of in the moment. Oh, he's going to lose that battle.
He does, but now they know where iReady's at. And we'll see if he can just do any additional damage. Nakji, having not bought, other than the Sheriff, can go ahead and recover the Marshal for them as well. So he won't lose too much unless iReady can find some extra kills. Swing on the corner, and Wix. 2 attempts. Second one lands on his head. 3 kills there for Wix in the round as MARU once more will win the first 2 rounds of a half.
Yeah, I mean, this is huge for MARU. You know, you win both pistols, you win both bonus rounds, or excuse me, anti-eco rounds. Things going really well for you. And yeah, this is just... it's pretty good.
Yeah.
3 kills in this round? Yeah.
The thing is, like, you know, we still see MARU swap off who's playing the chamber depending on the map.
Yeah, they're both really good at it.
If they need the KO, then Nakji's going to be playing it. And, I mean, Nakji looked utterly impeccable yesterday. So they have that double threat KO action going on.
Oh, they're both really, really good at both roles, to be honest. Like, we've seen them both have high levels of performance when they swap between the chamber and the KO, no matter where they're at. So I do really appreciate the flexibility from MARU. Moves has been pretty good this year, too. I think he's had some good moments here. He sets up his team. He plays, at least so far here in this map. Moves.
Did he just... yeah. Through the toxic screen.
Jeez.
Not sure if he got a ping out from Recon Dart. Either way, great hit from him. Luke answering back, though, manages to find 2. iReady swinging again. Seems like Zhonghai not hearing the footsteps, not aware of his presence. iReady moves out. That's going to be the spike down. Center of the site. Wix does not want to re-peek from the same angle. Says, okay, I'll let Han get the plant, but now he's going to get tagged by the trademark. It's up a teleport. Not where he wants to go. Han just going to sit back in the corner. Nice and snug.
Go bug in a rug. Let's see if there's any magic left in that headhunter for Wix. He's been great with it so far in this half, but he gets spotted, and Han's going to finish the job.
But again, it is a fairly brutal round win for WGS. They once more lose out on 4 of their weapons as they close out the bonus.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, MARU's doing so good in the early parts of these halves. I mean, if that second half of the first half, I guess we call it the second quarter, he banged him through the wall, too. Jeez.
Oh, that was...
oh, just crouching, blast him in the heads. But, like, MARU starts these halves out so good, and then I think really just, you know, if it starts to go sideways again, earlier timeout, reassess, readjust, and I think they should be pretty well in control of this map.
Oh, well, the jiggle out. Wix repositioning.
Yeah, round 3, tour de force, sure.
Not bad. Just going to destroy the drone, doesn't get pinged. Takes the rendezvous out over towards Archway. Recon into the back, not going to spot anything here for WGS, but the site is theirs, and they can get the plant going.
And the guns are a little bit funky, a Guardian and a Bulldog.
Shots flying his way, and oh boy, what a whiff. Cannot afford to have that happen. I don't think he saw Han get crept up behind the wall either.
They're all coming from the window. for MARU.
Yeah, they rotated all the way around through beach side spawn. Chibop though gets godlike, the push in the corner. Wix finding one, looks for another, can't get it. The shorty shot, the second one will put Luke on the floor. I'm ready, gets cleaned up at the end. The defuse will be there. And once more, it feels like history repeating itself after the first half. First two go MARU's way, they lose the bonus, but then they take the follow-up.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. I mean, the absolute amazing patience here from Wix. Never over-aggressing, able to get out of the way of the Sova drone just in time so he doesn't get darted even, and waits for the reinforcements. And this gives MARU the opportunity to create this amazing flank, sending 3 from the window, and then they just storm, and nobody on WGS has any idea what to do. Luke tries to push and just gets cut down with the shorty. And so that's just great positioning here from Wix throughout this whole round. He really, really set the stage for MARU's retake. Yeah. So nicely done.
Chibop picking godlike there very early on. Han not taking the shot. Moves getting away with his life as it's an aggressive push into shop. She finds godlike and shifts his sights back over. Zhonghai will get I'm ready. Silva with a nice headshot. Domes one. Nakji can't really afford to take this fight because there's 2 members there. Flash out to the side. As moves will be able to find Sylvan in the end.
Now Wix here from spawn.
He looked away from mid.
Yeah, he missed first.
Okay, well, now he's got on.
Yeah. That's the important piece of that puzzle.
I don't think he saw Luke, but Chibop will, and he gets the hit through the door at the end. Nice reaction from him. 3-round lead for MARU, and 3 more to go to close out their map pick of Breeze.
Well, they need to not have happened what happened in the first half, because even if they get 2 more and then they lose like the rest, it will be a overtime. And huge game from Wix right now. Nakji as well. Again, these two so talented as a duo. And the flexibility and the selflessness to not be like, I'm always on chamber. I'm always, it's really impressive. And I think Zhonghai doing a really good job just overall this year as a shot caller. Struggled a bit with Damwon Ki at times. And, you saw with the holy moly upset that might have been the end of that experiment. And that being said, I think he's a great fit for MARU. He plays a great role here. He's got 8 assists. He's doing the Viper work, the heavy lifting. Moves has been really good too. 6 assists. It's the coordination and the teamwork for MARU when it's flowing, when their utility's hitting the right spots, when it's catching WGS off guard is when MARU's at their best. Yeah. WGS, on the other hand, is just sometimes just so cracked mechanically that they just shut teams down.
Well, WGS, see. This timeout works in their favor. The buys coming back through, need to find some value. They need to stop the momentum build from MARU once more. Godlike, unkillable, Demon King, Aim God, and some other things.
Yeah, well, okay.
Korean top class fighting.
Now let's not get crazy. We already have an unkillable Demon King in Korea.
That's true.
And he is.
There's only one of them.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's just get a marker to cross that part out. The rest of it was great. I like the rest of that sign.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a B hit being set up, being thought about. Knife comes out and catches quite a few of them. Gets 3. They have a ton of info on this.
That they do. Now Wix is getting crept up in mid, getting ready to swing into elbow, perhaps.
But there hasn't been. They're now finally sending the reinforcements here, but Moves is all on his own on site.
Okay, Dart does connect. Goes back behind the wall, and Chibop's got the covering fire. Godlike, yep, not so unkillable after all. Ends up going down. Sylvan, however, swinging around the corner. It's going to be good for 1. Chibop with the knives out. For his opportunity to strike. Dashes in, gets cut down immediately. As he lands inside of the fragment, the pit is going to be brought up. 3v3. Ping down onto Luke, tucks in away behind the pillar for just a moment. The plant not yet coming through.
Still got 2 snake bites. So they got to be careful about where they plant this.
They're delaying.
And that's why, because Luke's got the spike and he's beat up, so he's trying to find a spot where he won't get hit by a snake bite or anything. And back.
Oh, the spray! It's going to interrupt it as well. They don't get the spike down. And now he can basically spray the same area. Sylvan will manage to find Nocchi. It's a good recon dart thrown out. Wix trying to advance forward. Sylvan gets a kill. Now it's all on Junghai. Oh, if he just sprayed straight, he does! That's one. Now he's got to get through the full HP Viper. Near full HP Viper.
Oh, this is absolutely intense. The Viper v Viper. Sylvan so strong in these moments.
Playing musical chairs. Right now as they go around the side, Sylvan tucks back in to the smoke. Checks down the side, drops the wall. Has he seen him? Has he heard it? He's on the hunt. Pushes out. Junghai gets him.
Wow.
And he's got the time for the defuse. A massive win here for MARU. Junghai playing it to perfection. MARU now move up 11-7.
What a moment here for Junghai. Just great patience, great recognition of the situation, knowing, you know, with that Viper's pit down that it was going to be uncomfortable for them to plant. And with the longer it took, you know, I think Junghai, he's a smart player. He's a veteran player. He's like, they're not planting this on default. This is going somewhere else. Oh. And you can see he's got, this is so smart. It's the snake bite where default is and then shooting on the other side. He's covering his bases. Just such high IQ play here from Junghai.
Sylvan gonna be kicking himself about that one. You know, why didn't I just wait for the spike tap? Why did I swing back around? No time to ask those questions though. Godlike getting ready to push. Blade Storm out. The headshot is good. Wix makes sure that he finds no value whatsoever. Godlike is not having a good time right now.
Jeez. Wix there able to stabilize that and up and over the top is G-Bob. Man, oh man. This is starting to look real good for MARU. I mean, they really have themselves under control, making good reads, hitting good shots. You know, Wix there, that was the last bullet on that Vandal spray, and he instantly was out. I mean,
yeah.
The way that you feel that is just so incredible.
Poison Orb coming up. The trademark going to be cleared. They will be able to get this plant down. Chibov taking a couple of shots. Trying to find I'm ready. He's going to start making his way around behind Wix. No, actually, he turns his sight back over towards mid. That's a shot there onto Moves' shoulder, and Wix, in the meantime, has arrived over at the B site. Found an elimination. Can he get the next one? Han trying to jiggle the corner, trying to get the shots through. They try to go for the wall bang. Han going to be good for one. He's got so much more work to do. He's only got 4 bullets for it. 3 bullets left, 3 targets, but he can't get Junghai. And that's going to be MARU locking in OT.
All right, well, literally this is the exact same start to the first half so far. And now WGS has to repeat history to get the OT, just to get to OT. 5 in a row is what it's going to take. I mean, they're all over the map this round. Great job by Chibop getting up the top. Wix, you know, Luke's rocking a hard place there. Kind of have everybody from MARU coming from different angles. And again, that's... MARU's just so good, so disciplined about these retakes every time. They've been coming from tons of different angles. They're being patient. They're waiting it out. They're not, no one's like overcommitting or overstepping their bounds. You know, everybody's playing these retakes so smart. And Junghai, that round that he won was just a backbreaker. I mean, that is just unbelievable.
Oh, Han loses the battle. Chibop starting things off with an early kill. Pit down there in cave. Everybody just existing in it right now. The bites start flying as well. Flash out, Junghai pulling away. Sends out a bite just in case they're up close, but moves, capitalizes in this moment. The final tag, not quite going to get the shot across there on the Godlike, but Chibop will dome I'm ready. Oh! And Chibop will get the flick! What a final shot to end the map. That's a nasty one. And MARU Gaming will take their map pick a breeze.
I mean, the way that MARU just utilizes their utility once they realize there's more than one inside of that Viper's pit, they put the Hunter's Fury to great use. I mean, you know, when you're in that weakened, decayed state, all it takes is one hit then, and you just take somebody out and they just start combining fire. I mean, that last shot by Chibop was woof, woof. What a flick. What a performance here by MARU. I mean, a scary, you know, second quarter. If you want to call it that. You know, it was definitely feeling like maybe WGS was going to be able to find some footing, especially with a team like WGS who's really good on their attacker side typically, on every map basically. But I mean, this is MARU just you know, digging deep, finding some solid play. Wix was incredible. So was G-Bop, honestly. Like, Nocji too. The whole team for MARU, in my opinion, the whole team for MARU deserves a lot of accolades for this, the way this map played out.
Yeah, that was great. Another G-Bop fan there drawing a chicken with the blade storm around it. But yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a tough one to call when it comes down to the MVP. Zhonghai, his clutches, his just vision denial, everything that he did with his Viper kit was wonderful.
Yeah.
Nocji was very much kind of the catalyst in the first half of the game for them to be able to have those 6 rounds. He was coming up with the majority of the kills, but the second half, very much a shared effort between, you know, the likes of Wix and G-Bop. Figuring out which way to go with this one. It's going to be a bit challenging. I'm curious to see everybody's votes.
Boobs was phenomenal with utility, phenomenal with some of the placements and movements. That is absolutely filthy.
But how can he do that, paper thin? I was told Koreans can't aim. Asia doesn't play tactical FPS. Anybody who has an opinion, take that clip and shove it up where the sun don't shine, my friends. That was a nasty hit from G-Bop. MARU, though, 13-7. And yeah, I mean, granted, this is their map pick. They've got Bind coming up for WGS, which has been their bread and butter. This has been where they have found the most success. It is the map that they will go to all of the time. But MARU leave it in. They let it be available for them to select. So do they have counter strats ready?
I mean, they beat, you know, WGS on this map before this stage. So I think they feel like this is maybe of the two, maybe a little bit safer. Then Fracture potentially, or well, I mean, Fracture was open too, but I mean, they did leave Fracture to go through, so, but I mean, I think MARU's fine, to be honest. I don't know, that looked great, but I don't know, WGS map to map, again, just like game to game, map to map, you never know what you're gonna get.
Well, they beat On Slayers on Bind just yesterday. Can they do it to WGS and move forward with a 2-0 win, or will WGS take it to 3 maps? We're gonna find out, so don't go anywhere, guys. A quick little break, and then we'll return.
Watch for this, and he hits the headshot.
Well off at 45 HP. Spike still has not been moved up. Nullified there. The suppression not going to connect. I know just once he gets some more eliminations. Ooh, sees him at the very last.
That's oh my.
Gets one, but Han gets his target in the end. I'm ready. Gets Zhonghai, and once more, and it's just Nocji. The knives come out. Here's the wall here. Box to approach. Gets a whoa, beach side spawn. G-Bop though gets gone like the push of the corner. Wix finding one, looks for another, can't get it. The shorty shot, the second one. She finds Godlike and shifts his sights back over. Zhonghai
Get hit by a snake bite or anything and back.
Oh, the spray! It's gonna interrupt it as well. Oh, if he just sprayed straight, he does. That's one on the hunt. Pushes out. Zhonghai gets him.
Jeez. Wix, they're able to stabilize that.
Oh, wait, going to get the shot across there on the Godlike, but G-Bop will tell him I'm ready. Oh. And G-Bop will get the flag. And we are back. 1-0. MARU pick up a win on their map selection of Breeze. 13-7 a scoreline. WGS making it close in the first half, but only able to win the bonus round in the second. Their attack did not go their way. MARU shut them down at every twist and turn. Now MARU's going to be looking to do the same on Bind.
A little interesting tidbit out of that one.
Lay it on me.
Scrolling through the stat line a bit. G-Bop 7-0 on First Bloods. 7-0. Filthy.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty darn good.
And just the First Blood ratio was through the roof for the side of MARU. So, we defeated you.
You did. I went with Wix. I felt like the impact was very much felt by him, but I mean, Zhonghai, totally fine selection, so I can't feel bad about not having Wix win it. Like I said, it was a difficult choice between pretty much everybody on the side of MARU. All of them put up similar numbers and had their clutch moments, but Zhonghai, the veteran leader on this team, he gets it today.
I wanted to, Wix, it was hard. I really wanted to vote for, I even wanted to vote for Nocji. I was all over the place. And then I thought, well, there was a couple clutch moments there, and Zhonghai's utility usage was quite good. Zhonghai, LCQ, go there. Let's go.
Well, they are just one map away from doing just that. Bind as mentioned, you know, they have to have a good plan in mind for this map if they're going to allow WGS to pick it. Same with Fracture, since that is the next one left open. WGS are going to be on the attack first, so MARU want to get themselves up with a strong defensive first half.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good on the defender side, but on the flip side of the coin, of course, WGS very good on the attacker side, especially on this map. So, again, it's going to come down to, can you shut down Han? Can you stop the craziness? And then can you limit the damage that like Sylvan and Luke are going to do on the backside? Because sometimes teams have been able to shut down Han on his Neon a bit on this map, and then Luke and Sylvan just go absolutely berserk.
Yeah.
So, you know, when WGS is at their best, it's layers for sure. Weren't at their best on Breeze. I would say Breeze has been a struggle for them, which is always surprised me a bit, but I always thought, for some reason in my mind, I was like, I thought WGS would be a good Breeze team, but they're not. They are not great. But typically a pretty good Bind team. Now, a few teams have absolutely rocked them on this map, like absolutely blew them out of the water.
Yeah, and while it wasn't blown out of the water, WGS did lose Bind just yesterday to Spear.
Yes.
Who in their own right are a decent Bind team.
And they lost to MARU the last time they played on this. I think it was like 13-7.
MARU betting on recent results, it would seem, or they have some solid counter strategies ready. I mean, there's, if nothing else, hours upon hours of tape of WGS playing this map. So if you want to really just learn a team's tendencies and be able to predict their movements, this is going to be the map that you could absolutely get it done on. And we'll see how it looks as we get ready to go into the agent select and see if they have any surprises for us. In the meantime, while we wait for them to happen, chat, we love you. Just want to throw that out there. I know we like to grill you all the time. I like to make fun of you.
People need to understand, we like roast humor.
Yeah.
We like to make fun of each other. We like to make fun of chat. It's all in good fun.
But just for, you know, I think it's also good to just remind that we do love you guys.
Oh, of course.
We appreciate you.
But we also want to make fun of you when you say bad things.
Whatever time it is for you right now, whether you're in this part of the world and you're joining us during the evening, whether or not it's the morning, or you're just staying up all night, we're happy to have you here.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of fans from Southeast Asia, too, so Nakji is going to continue onto the Rays. I was kind of curious if that was something they did do the last time these two teams played on this map, the double duelist for the side of MARU. So kind of funny to me in a way, because if you were to tell me, like, these two teams are playing each other on Bind and one of them is running double duelist, I would have been like, oh yeah, WGS,
that's
right?
WGS.
But it's actually MARU. And Nakji's been pretty strong on the Rays here, so he was their top performer on it the last time they played.
And he was. Wow. MARU, their fate is in their hands. They just need to win this next map, get a 2-0 win, then they are forward to play against Damwon Kia and also locked in for the LCQ. WGS need to fight back, need to reverse sweep this best of 3. It can all start here on their map pick of Bind.
Well, so much pressure on WGS right now. I mean, it's just, I can't even imagine what it's like sitting in their chairs. Like, I would just be, whew. I mean, because your year could be done if you can't do this. All right, it's going to be the Flash and Stash, for lack of a better word. Actually, they're not going to push right off the back of it. They're going to go with the Trailblazer first. Then Han's going to try to follow up.
Oh, but Wix just gets on top of him. Couple shots there with a headhunter. The kill comes through. Triple teleport usage out from MARU.
I like that.
There is Sylvan sitting inside of Hookah, and he will get the elimination there on the moves. In the meantime, the counter TP has come through. Cutting back over to the opposite side of the map. Nakji, however, hovers around and gets the frenzy headshot there. Mid-range onto Sylvan. Plant going to be dropped in. Cheap up now arriving, pushes up over the top. Looks for the elimination and narrowly does manage to get it. Zhonghai with a nice right click, catches Godlike rotating around the corner. And Wix will have the final shot. Defuse looking like it's going to be handed over to Wix in the end. It says, I have the most kills, I have the most ult charge, please give me Defuse.
Yes, I would like tour de force blocks. GG, thanks. a really fast round here. Good rotations from the side of MARU. They're just quick to, I mean, this move through the teleporter with the Boombot to kind of clear the space in front of the teleporter exit for them. Even though they do lose one to Sylvan's kind of hiding spot, they don't lose any more to that. And then they're able to recover quite nicely all around, and Wix is feeling it today. He is just picking right up where he left off. Maybe he's like a little bit salty about not getting MVP from us. I understand.
I tried.
Yeah. In a rare moment of disagreement, usually you and I are pretty much on the same page about who we like.
Very true. Oh, and Wix will get Luke before he takes the teleport out. Han unable to get that punish, unable to make it a trade. Does do a good chunk of damage. I'm ready. It's Noctu with the classic. Chibop though nearby. It's the elimination. Taking out their Sky. The rest of the team for WGS though getting ready to make their way over onto the B site. Smoke comes down. A little bit of a defensive setup there as the shorty. He tries to pivot. He will take Han down quite low. He cannot get the elimination. Han spamming through that smoke, looks for a stray hit. Can't quite find it. The spike does get planted all the same.
WGS has a really good opportunity right now. We got a pretty banged up MARU who's trying to push through. Godlike going to be holding this angle.
To hit that shot, and he does not. He's able to now reset Sylvan. TPing across, back over towards teleporter side. Chibop looking to push through the fast lane, clears out Garden. Spots one, but he's already been taken out. Han still hovering around, low HP. But as the shots come flying in, MARU have gotten everything taken care of.
Whew. Yeah, got the defuse in the midst of all the chaos there, so MARU was able to get the round win regardless. Han tried to stop it, just couldn't quite do it in time. And
pretty chaotic round.
Yeah, very.
Just a little bit.
Extremely chaotic. This early, this is, ooh, that's dangerous. Wix with a last moment TP out. I'm ready with a classic kill there. And yeah, this is a good push. Great fault line. And by the side of Godlike. Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, oh God. What is going on?
Okay, there we go.
Give me the sound, I need to know.
Yeah. I was like, oh, there's not even a fade in this game. I can't believe that we just lost all,
yeah, right?
all the game sound.
Did we get Nightfall up here?
Well,
where's Zest?
They look for the quick jump there onto Luke. He does manage to TP away, keeps his life intact, does take a little bit of damage. In the meantime, Wix just sitting in hookah. Lone person over here at B. The rotation starting to come through. Plant going to come down rather quickly as Luke is starting to approach potentially through the link and behind Zhonghai. Seems like he's not quite aware of this. He's looking to try to lurk through A, but so far has not found anything. And Wix will gun down two. I'm ready. And Sylvan both falling. The peek over to the side. Chibop takes out Han. Narrowly survives with just 3 HP. He and moves both dangerously low. As the defuse, it just happens. Again, Luke, this rotation, this lurk, it was far too late, far too slow. And MARU win the bonus.
I'm not sure I'm not sure Godlike ever heard the defuse start.
Maybe not.
I don't.
Maybe
there was
he also got
of
Nightfall.
Yeah, right. I think there was a lot of chaos going on, and it might have just never registered.
Yeah, pump the brakes.
Yeah. This is already starting to get out of control. WGS hasn't won a pistol. You know, they were good for the to win on the bonus the last 2 times on Breeze, but here on Bind, I mean, Wix's position is just devastating. They never account for it. They never have any clue that he's in there. He hides himself in that smoke, doesn't give up his presence, and then just strikes and slaps 2 of them out. And then, you know, MARU is just so fast-paced right now. They're just, I mean, they're pre-firing every corner. They're coming in there. They use the over grenade from Nocji to clear a lot of the area kind of like in the middle of the site. So they're expecting people to be pushed either like into the tube or into elbow or into main. They know that most of the site's going to be pretty clear because of that over grenade. So they're just in there and they're pre-fire.
Yep.
I mean, they're just looking really good right now.
Yeah. I mean, they're just using MARU's just using the just defuse forehead strat, you know? And WGS don't know how to deal with it. They haven't been able to stop it.
Yeah, that's how you win the game.
They get picked off. They're too far off the site. And MARU's starting to run away with this defender's half. Wix, great 2 opening kills, just playing out of hookah. I mean, he was the only person here at the start defending this site. He strikes, and Luke is just, again, far too slow to rotate over. The damage is dealt to get onto the spike. There's no one there to stop him. Wicks now going to be bringing out that old tour de force. And he's creeping forward, but as the fault line comes through, it's a good read from WGS. That will force him to go ahead. I think they rendezvous out to safety. Oh, he's going to swing, gets the kill, has to rotate out. Gets tagged down so very low. What a greedy play from Wicks, but he profits for it. Slide into the back, Han. Hunting with the judge, looking for a target. Ooh, decent amount of damage there on the Nakshi. Wicks finds Luke, but then iReady will be able to trade him out. Still though, the man advantage is going to be there for the side of MARU.
Oh my god.
Blast pack offsetting. iReady backing away. He can't pursue for the kill.
You can't be serious with that.
Oh boy, now he's going to get stunned up. The push coming back in. They know exactly where he's at. Han taken down by the aftershock, and everything is tumbling down. MARU, 4-0 start on the defending side.
I mean, the timing on that blast pack, that is unbelievable. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that. That is absolutely amazing.
Every time I try something like that when I play,
die.
Yeah, you just die with a blast pack in your hand. You're just like, well, I feel foolish. Somehow Nakji just lives, and then because of the arrival of the rest of the team, the reinforcements coming through, iReady cannot pursue for the kill. He knows that he'll instantly get traded, so doesn't find value, and then ends up getting picked because G-Pop hits a phenomenal relay bolt to get him stunned.
Yep. And moves there with some great utility usage again. Finds the final kill as well. I mean, this is MARU looking so good. Wicks has got an operator now. He's able to transition right into that. Sheriff's abound.
Ooh, okay.
Miss.
This is the shot. Wider swing there from Luke, so doesn't react in time for it. Han, great opening hit. Once again, Wicks not getting the connection that he's looking for, so cannot make that a trade.
Yeah, I mean, that's three big whiffs from the side of Wicks, who's been rather good today so far, and that opening shot as well off a blind from Han is going to get them at least a plant.
Flash in the back, Wicks does finally get a hit. Godlike taken out. iReady managing to dodge out quite a bit of damage there as the Rolling Thunder goes across. Chibop getting one. iReady trading him from Showers. Ends up getting gunned down. Move, finding the elimination. Wicks, headshot. Sylvan doing his damnedest, but can't line up onto Zhonghai. And once more, the defuse will come in. They'll rotate over. Save the operator in all likelihood as they spot it. And there you go. 5-0 the start now for MARU.
Not a bad round for WGS, but you know, on an eco, you'll take those usually in that getting 3. But is it too little, too late? That's a shot and a half. And Wicks finally able to connect, and then completely stunned and flashed. Chibop's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go. Whatever, no problems. I mean, just so far so good, and now this is really kind of like
5 defuse wins. So bizarre to see.
It is really bizarre to see that. It's like the toolbox is full. Those look like when you see kind of like comical dentists, like the things they use to pull people's teeth.
Pliers?
Yeah. That's what the diffuse symbol looks like. Yeah. I don't know. Are they called pliers for dentists? Do they have
There's probably some more technical name, but paint shells down into the majority of WGS. They'll take a little bit of damage from it. G-Bop managing to make it a 1-for-1 thus far. And has the overdrive out. The shot, not going to get the kill into Sylvan. He swings back out, takes down Wicks. 17 HP, teleports away from the relay bolt. G-Bop does fall. Godlike establishing control of lamps.
I thought this was a pretty good setup from MARU. They had a lot of good reads on the positioning and opportunities to do damage, but some whiffed shots again from Wicks are pretty costly.
Oh,
Zhonghai.
Okay. He has his work cut out from him here. Because, yeah, just had the classic in hand, had purchased a judge, so not going to do him much good. No weapons to recover where he was at. WGS will finally get on the board in the 6th round.
Yeah, okay, good. Let's see if WGS can keep this momentum going. That one was still pretty dicey. I mean, that paint shells looked like it was going to do a whole lot of damage, but yeah. Han pushes just enough ahead of it to get Nakji in time. And again, Wicks a little bit off with the operator right now.
Yeah.
And that's causing a lot of problems. He had been pretty consistent on Breeze. And now here, he at least in the round before this one was able to kind of stay alive despite pressure. This time the pressure gets to him. And that's a big loss. His guns are a little bit wonky.
The spot where Wix is at, Flash is flying his way, just stays in the back. On clearing the TP, but Wix counter swings, gets him in the head. Nice little Vandal hit. It's Nakshi gonna go down. Sylvan swinging forward, gets Wix, gets Cheeb up. Zhonghai having arrived, gonna send the Molotov, try to interrupt any plant. Or no, clear out the box actually. Now goes down to 2 HP and Godlike can just go ahead and push right back in. WGS now starting to find their groove. 2 rounds picked up. Still have their work cut out for them though if they want this to be a successful half.
And the WGS looks a little lost, just in terms of there's not much comms going on. Everybody's just kind of, I think trying to get back into it here, and Wix doing a good job shutting Han down, kind of using his own rendezvous as bait. But then, Sylvan is actually insane. Luke doing a good job on the end, but yeah, these fast hits, profit, providing profit for the side of WGS. It's going to be Han with a judge leading the way here to try to clear potentially B main. Maybe he's delaying to rotate over to Hookah or something with that. Nope, they're going to try to fault line off of it. Oh my god. It's always so scary.
I don't blame him for trying to go for the shot, but now knowing that there was a judge in the hand of Han, yeah, it was definitely a bit risky. TP's out the safety though. For now, Spike going to be dropped over in Cave. Luke in a position to teleport over and grab it should he need to. He's going to once more try to lurk up into A.
This is all, I think, a fake. I imagine that I just saw I am ready. No, he's actually going to go towards B. I thought he was going to go to A because he checked A with his Hawk and was throwing some of his utility. Didn't get any confirms on it. And they're rotating into territory they know is defended. Oh, God. Went to look at the box, and Luke came around right at that moment.
Might be enough for Luke to go ahead and disengage. Either way, he's going to have to because the rest of the team is starting to storm into the site. Han pushing the corner into elbow, finds one. G-Bob just tucked away. The Cubby, Zhonghai sat there with a stinger. Will find one at close range, but gets traded quickly thereafter. G-Bob around the back of the tube. Catches Sylvan, looks for a little bit more, but Irony, he stops the plant and manages to get the kill. The cleanup is there. I mean, it's bloody. It's messy, but WGS will once more win a round. That's now 3 consecutive for them.
Oh, he got the dink with the Phantom, but it was through the wall of the crate, so it didn't kill. I am ready. Oh, man. That's... WGS is playing with fire that round. This is just... They're forcing these hits. Because they had a site that was completely wide open. They have gun advantage. So you know that your opponent is going to want to play up close and personal. They're going to have Garbo, like stingers and other junk. And they just walk right into it. And they lose way more than they probably should have. I like the timeout here from MARU. Appreciate the earlier kind of stop of the run from WGS. But still, WGS just, they're good. But there's little things that they're doing, like, they get all this information, and then the spike's over there, and I am ready. I mean, I get the idea, right? He's trying to sell a fake, sort of, but nobody on MARU bit.
No, they did not. But I mean, yeah, wacky, wild, down 30 plays. It's what we anticipated from a team who openly just yesterday admitted to throwing strats out the window for their series versus Spear Gaming. So not really too much of a shock that things have been this down to the wire.
Yeah.
But we'll see if they can continue to win. I think realistically that's pretty much all WGS cares about. They get the round victory. They don't care how it happened. Whatever path they need to take to get there, whatever sacrifices need to be made. Great, yeah, a little identify there by Irony to go ahead and clean up the last few kills.
He got aim punched big time.
Oh, G-Bob caught during that situation. Is Nakshi just holding down left click, runs out of bullets, tries to exit, he makes it off for just a moment. No, Irony will catch him in the end.
Oh, they should have backed. Oh, somebody should have. Somebody should have helped him. He was doing so good, but everybody just kind of held their ground.
Rolling Thunder now going across. It's like Move's gonna get hit by that, but Zhonghai holds the door. Move still finds Luke. Spike is now dropped just inside of Showers. And it seems like the timeout for now, at least, will very much benefit MARU. Unless Godlike can live up to the name.
I thought for a moment Nocchi was going to get a 4K there, but he ran out of bullets.
I'm not sure why Wix is rotating. They have the spike down. They have to know this. It's on the outside of showers.
Trying to save guns, and they expect he's trying to save?
I mean,
that's all I got.
Wix has got a judge and a tour de force.
That's all I got.
I'm mildly confused. Well, if Godlike kills both of these members here now, Wix is going to feel a bit foolish. Push around the back. Zhonghai. Fought Jiglin. Push though. Okay, he will not be able to get moves. That could have been an utter catastrophe. But they will go ahead, put their foot down at long last, and stop the win streak here. WGS is starting to build up.
I just have to assume that they thought he might just try like a long lurk and maybe try to save the gun. I don't know. Nocchi here. He even had his ult though. Oh man, if he had the wherewithal to maybe pull the ult after the first or second last pack, he might have had enough time to use it.
Probably would have been caught.
Probably.
Mid-animation or near close to it.
I want to see him go for it. I don't care. I don't care if he actually doesn't have enough time.
I want to see big explodey plays.
Yes, I want to see big. I do like explodey plays.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, we'll have a tech pause at long last. They found us. I don't know how, but they found us. We've been avoiding this tech pause for a considerable amount of time. But hopefully it's something
we were due for one. I mean, we couldn't go the whole thing without one. And also, I did not prepare any bad puns today. So.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
I was on a plane.
That's
so you lucked
true.
out.
You had a lot of time that you could have sat there. Just get that info Wi-Fi. You could have researched.
I slept on the plane for the most
probably
part.
a good call.
Yeah. I was very tired.
Well, we'll see what the issue is. Hopefully get it taken care of. And then get right back into the action. This is a pretty stark change of pace given how quickly these rounds have been going. So to kind of grind everything to a halt doesn't feel great.
No, but, I mean, this is the nature of the beast. It's just all the time. Computers are unreliable sometimes. And we all know it. Don't upgrade to Windows 11. Just going to warn people. I've seen too many.
I've had Windows updates before in tournaments cause hours-long issues. The rocket not going to hit. Nocchi trying to turn away from the flash. Ends up going down. The Rolling Thunder is super aggressive. Luke in the back. Manages to buy some time. Moves is only able to find one. There's the relay bolt out though. Cheapop pushing the corner. They're just tucked up against the box. The spray out's not finding anything. Sylvan flanks. And MARU, they try to push the pace, but oh my god.
This is a wild round from MARU. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that out of MARU, where they just absolutely just send it. I mean, I get it off the back of the showstopper. You're trying to back Nocchi up. But, again, it's a little bit late on the assist. I mean, there was flashes and stuff in there, so I get it. It's hard. And then they Rolling Thunder because they're all there. I mean, I get it, but
it's everyone. Send it now.
Yeah, I mean, Moves is, I think, a little bit ahead of himself there with that Rolling Thunder, if I'm being honest.
I think everybody just got way too I don't even know what words I'm looking for here. Overstimulated, I suppose. It's like, there's one there, just started going crazy.
Well, I mean, I think, you're trying to condition WGS to have to be ready for that kind of shenanigans again in the future.
Where they are. Smokes out into Hookah. That's the one smoke that he did have. Sylvan jiggling around. There's a gun barrel. Godlike is ready for the push. Finds 3. WGS now with 4-round wins. How much further can they take this on the attack?
It does feel like they really need to string together at least one or two more, just based on kind of WGS history and the nature of the team. They are, again, an attacker-sided team, so it feels like these are pretty important rounds, these next couple. And the good news is you've got MARU very much on the back foot economically, to the point where they're buying Sheriffs and Stingers and the like. You still have Zhonghai's ult, though, so he's been sitting on that for a bit. Cheebop one away from so you can see Cheebop's going right for that.
Okay. Wix finds one. Trade up is there, though, for WGS.
Well, he
Slide
goes to the
out,
teleporter?
okay.
What?
He takes a considerable amount of damage, but still manages to find I'm ready. The push is coming around from behind, though. Han about the backstab out of cave. Seems Nakji looking in that direction for now, but now he turns his sights over towards showers. This could be catastrophic, but Cheebop
No way.
managing to find one. Takes a slide over to the side, throws up the fast lane, but now Han has struck.
Where is MARU and what have we done with them? This is just wild. I love it. I mean, this is a great eco round, to be honest.
Oh my gosh, okay.
If it wasn't the 11th round and a half, I'd be much more happy about it, but...
Some back and forth spray. I mean, Zhonghai, yeah, he's just stuck in the teleporter. They're both tagged up. Nakji's got a Vandal. He's watching the wrong side for now, but will start to rotate over. Paranoia going to be thrown through the back. No one there to receive it. Now they will start to plant. Just a moment. Nakji creeping forward. Oh, sees
my God.
one. Oh, misses the timing. Sylvan, can he win it? The paint shell's going to be thrown in. He's going to push aggressively. He tries to blast back the opposite side, but Sylvan gets the kill.
He tried to fake it.
It's 33-23 on the HP. Sylvan occupying the site, still set inside of the tube. Smoke goes out. Zhonghai realistically doesn't know where he is. He could have relocated. He searches one way, and he will eventually find him and get the defuse. MARU. Oh boy, narrow margins once more after another absolutely insane round. They will pick up a 7th.
I mean, I love the way that Cheebop plays this round. He's one away from the ult, goes and grabs it early, and then TPs right away and just hammers home. A couple big kills here on the back line. And then Nakji almost gets his... So he tries to fake the blast pack like he's going to the other side, but Sylvan doesn't bite. You know, he just goes right back into Sylvan's crosshairs. That being said,
I think he just straight up thought that Sylvan was going to play back to like rotate out the back side of the tube. So he wants to hit him with the blast pack, maybe to keep him in line of sight once he swings the corner.
Yeah, that could be too. Either way, yeah.
Either, okay, well, Nakji.
Uh-oh.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Last round and this one.
That's a whoopsies.
That it is. Operator now going to be on the floor. Great opening kill. WGS as they look to take the site. Move up. They still need to clear out lamps. There's 2 members there. It's Luke, 10 HP. Swing comes in. Oh, he just snaps across, and Sylvan's got his back covered. Moves and Cheebop not finding a damn thing, and this could very well end up being flawless as Zhonghai dies, and yep, Han will get the finisher. 7-5, a flawless final round in the half.
A lot of potential to combo stuff inside of like showers and things like that to take control of those important kind of flank spaces. Hookah, in particular, you know, you've got Breach, Raze, Neon. I mean, don't forget it. If you're sitting in Hookah without a judge or something, you're just dunzo.
Yeah. So,
you know, for the side of MARU, there should be a lot of opportunity here to get into good positions, take control of important space, you know, get the crossfires set up, get the plants down. Let's see if they can convert. Oh God.
Here comes the sprint.
Never saw him.
No one checked the corner.
Never saw him.
All right. HLs from Nakji trying to clear. 3 members over at B, potentially ready to take the teleporter. And yep, they will start making their way over. There's Wix getting into position. The challenge over here at Shorten. The dog hit.
They saw him.
Okay, he's going to try to push, and he whips the shots, just painting a picture, an outline around Godlike. Push coming through now. Zhonghai goes down. Look well around the back. As Han will just go sliding in and gets 3. Big pistol round victory here for the side of WGS, their first one of the series.
Yeah. It's been a rough ride for them, but Han coming alive again, unchecked on the corner. It was kind of a solo push for Cheebop on that one, and he pays the price. I mean, yes, they try to set him up with utility, but none of it hits Han. No one expects him to be in that corner.
And you have to, because this
is
is Han's entire focus on this map on the defender side. He is consistently playing in the showers.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. Ooh, force buy from MARU.
Okay, this is a big risk.
Yes, it is. But if it works,
if I just win the lottery, I'll be rich.
Yeah, exactly. If I just keep buying lottery tickets every day, eventually.
Answering back. The boom bot goes off. Nocchi sprays through the smoke. Will find Sylvan. Push forward from Chibop. Gets on top of Han. And it's like the force buy is coming to fruition. 3 members left. Like with the Bulldogs. See if he can put up some solid figures here for the squad. Only has 1 flash to his name. I'm ready. Out of him. So he starts making his way through the aftershock to try to buy some time. Wix cuts him down. Spectre now recovered from moves. Says thank you very much. And that's everybody with at least an SMG or a rifle on the side of MARU.
It's a really good aftershock. Really, really good.
Ready around the flank, moves, turns to the side, 10 HP, manages to survive. As Godlike will go down to the end. MARU with the force buy, respond in kind. Very nice little turnaround here in what should have been an anti-eco. WGS do get caught off guard. It's great shower presence.
Yes. You're just nailing exactly what I'm thinking there. That shower, this is different, right? The utility hits, the boom bot's right there. He dodges the relay bolt, and then because of where the boom bot popped, he knew where to shoot. Chibop doing a good job out haunting Han there in a way. Look at that. That's a great aftershock, though, I do have to say.
Yeah.
From Godlike. Just really set up his teammate very nicely. And now they're hide. This is the old holy moly.
Oh my goodness!
It's the old holy moly, Achilleos.
Hide in the smoke. They don't have a jet for a cloud burst, so they hide in the sky smoke in case there's a guiding light that comes flying out. Luke reveals that he's pushed up forward here at short. Wix swings, puts quite a bit of damage down. I already can heal that though.
Nobody on B.
But now they realize, okay, we gotta head over to the B site.
This is going to have to be a phenomenal retake if WGS is going to get this going. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal.
Okay. Goes out, hits a couple. Nocchi gets I'm ready, though, to start things off. The Strong High just hugs against the wall. Cheap up on the peak finds Sylvan. Strong gets involved by finishing off Han. Now Luke with just 65 HP. Godlike with 38. Can they find any kills? Do any economic damage here whatsoever?
Well, I mean, yeah, they know he's there. They just go running at him.
Okay, all right, that one change up here from MARU, that one force buy.
Yep.
Doing wonders for them. They now have a 3-round stretch lead.
And it's why you'll see teams that are like MARU, like DRX, they save it for like the right moments. It's these pocket force buys that you very rarely see them go for, but every once in a while, they will catch you completely off guard with it, and then they're able to follow up here on a gamble stack and just, yeah, hold this door. I mean, good luck getting through that thing. Everybody knows it. That door's annoying to get through as the defenders.
That's Orbital Strike available here for Zhonghai now into the 3rd round.
Jeez.
Chibop again, pressuring showers, just eats a little bit of damage from the friendly pain shells. Not too concerned about it. Han swinging out, but oh no, now he's got a sprint. Takes a bit of damage. Sylvan! Hello, Sylvan. Finds 2. Nocchi got himself a bit in deep. Wix will find Sylvan in the end. Steadies his aim, follows up for a 2nd kill. Luke goes down, and suddenly it's just I'm ready, the last one left standing.
Got a plant. Go to B.
We'll see if they decide to make that call or if they're just going to stick around. Wix is in a bad spot. He can't make it over to the teleporter, so they will just drop the spike here on A. Zhonghai, the most HP. Wix, so very low. The swing out. Already gets the kill. Doesn't take too much in response. Puts a lot more pressure now onto Wix. Flash is confirmed. That doesn't tell him much, though. Is he in the back of sight? Is he behind the boxes? Is he in showers? Already, he does have the Trailblazer should he want to send that. Looks like he's just going to go creeping around, though. And Wix, he will take that for sure. MARU, keep it going. They are now just 3 rounds away from moving forward into the lower bracket final, into locking down an LCQ spot.
This is craziness. I mean, if it isn't for Sylvan, this round just goes absolutely, completely sideways for WGS. It still goes sideways, but I mean, like, you know, this was like Leaning Tower of Pisa sideways instead of like, you know, a bridge collapse. This was... I mean, Sylvan is great. He's been playing pretty well, but behind him, it's a bit of a struggle for the side of WGS. And look at the numbers over on MARU's side. Consistently positive, except for Nocchi, but still Nocchi's been impactful with the Raze utility, with some of the blast pack movement that he's been able to, you know, create disruption with. So at WGS. Well, I mean, this could be their year on the line with this last time out.
Pressure is on. Sylvan with a good effort, picking up those 2 kills, but Wix is persevering with the Bulldog. Now gets the weapon upgrade, keeps MARU in the lead, stops the momentum from even getting started on the side of WGS. We've got to dig deep. 6 rounds picked up if they want to make it into overtime, 7 if they want to win this and try to take us into the 3rd and final map fracture.
Yeah, now, I mean, that was a bye round. That's just absolutely phenomenal. That's even better. Yeah, that's even better. I mean, Wix has come online again. He's back. He had a little bit of, you know, mistakes with the operator in that defender's half, but he's looking like he's kind of figured it back out, gotten his reactions and his mechanics back under control, and Han's gonna push pretty deep.
Oh, that he does. Doesn't get the headshot though. Actually not fast enough to swing and try to get the punish, but I think they'll just be grateful that Wix survived the round, and I'm ready. He gets bait into pushing forward off the back of that, ends up going down. Granted, this is an eco. Han now starting to move down. Did he see the shoulder? May have. They all just push the corner, and we'll be able to find the elimination. Godlike gets 1, but Chibop will find 2. Well, it's just Luke left, rotating through the defender's spawn, trying to get over to B. No matter what, needs to die to this spike explosion. And, I mean, if you have to roll the dice and die to an enemy player, you're kind of, I guess, just hoping it's Zhonghai, because otherwise, if Nakchi kills you, Chibop kills you, that's an ult online.
Well, you hope Moves kills you then. Although I'm assuming Moves is playing as far back as possible. Yes, he is. He's over in B main.
Nakchi takes the stun. He eats it.
Well, he just has no idea where they're going to come from. Yeah.
Oh my God! I thought he was going to go for the knife.
I think he thought about it.
I think he was just confused. I think he just walked in, just went, "Oh, you're
here.
You're standing here." Like,
Yeah.
probably looked across the stage. He's like, did he disconnect? Is he still in the game? All right, well, MARU, they are making it happen.
It's like you're a kid and you skip school and your parents come home unexpectedly and they catch you in the house. It's like, oh.
I had to stop the game. Class got canceled.
Yeah. My teacher called in sick today. They couldn't find a sub.
Well, 2 more rounds to go. MARU are through. Nice TP out. Luke not looking to play with fire, not looking to take his chances. Takes the quick exit, but that's a lot of space given up now. Showstopper into the back, looking for a target. Nakchi comes down to 1, ends up falling to Godlike. Bit of a crossfire there. Sylvan's also dead. Wicks like sees the guiding light, and Han, as you say, approaches from short. Sliding around the side, the stun is there. Wicks dead. Chibop, a 1v3. The dog comes in from behind, looks for the stun. Chibop will get Han in the end, but WGS, they finally break the momentum. After 4 consecutive rounds, they say, we're not done yet.
Okay. I mean, it stabilized. The timeout paid off. They're pretty ready for this. Luke doing a good job on the early exit. Han quick on the rotate. Kind of expecting this. And even though it's an early trade, 2 for 2, Nakchi he gets really deep with the blast pack, but just can't find a target with that showstopper. So good positioning here by WGS, kind of recognizing the direction in one way or another that Nakchi wanted to go, either maybe towards U-Haul or towards the back of sight there. Wix, tour de force. And let's see if he can force an end to this for poor WGS, because it's been sideways more often than not. Going to take the trademark out, set the rendezvous up.
I saw the jump peek there from Sylvan. Wix playing this so very aggressively. He's got a very narrow little slot there to peek through. Sylvan not swinging that far to the side, though.
I don't think they're going to expect this.
Maybe not. Pushing up, trying to cover and showers. Sees Luke there for just a moment. The swing comes in, manages to get 1. Sylvan picks up 2, but then Zhonghai quickly replies back, moves, cleans up Luke. It's Han and I'm ready. Left versus 3. Zhonghai alive. He's got the Molotov online. Needs to get this kill, and he does. And this is basically an impossible scenario now for I'm ready.
The MARU fans knew how important that moment was. They were very vocal about that from Zhonghai, and now you've got just crossfires everywhere. I assume that there's a molly that's going to be set up. I mean, everything here is...
I mean, I don't mind this from I'm Ready. He knows that the molly will be there in case he taps the spike.
Yeah.
He finds one.
He's got to go now, though.
Flash goes in, confirms that there's one inside of
It
lamps,
had
but
already
now
been shot.
the Molotov actually did go out right before he got the kill. He's like, damn it, I was too late. He gets a final kill. Nakchi dies to the explosion, but MARU have now brought it to match point. 12-7, one more round. They will get revenge on WGS and eliminate them from the playoffs.
All right, well, I mean, you know, the follow-up reaction here is quite good. Orbital strike on the back, catches a little bit of damage. Sylvan still so good, he's able to escape that, and there's a little bit of an over-aggression from Chibop and Wix, where they're kind of putting themselves in 1v2 situations out in the open where both their opponents have the ability to do some damage, and looks like MARU just maybe wants to dial up a fast hit and end this.
It's going to be both guiding lines out over towards long. Chibop blinded for the moment. They clear out the Seekers instantly. Fault lines fly. They draw a lot of attention over towards the B site. 4 members there. The rotation starting to come back now, though, as Godlike is going to creep back over with Luke. He looks over towards short, but they've already made it through the lamps.
Yeah, Wix gonna sneak in here. Luke, no idea. Oh.
And there you go. Wix gets the elimination. Shot flies out from heaven.
Oh, Wix.
Doesn't get the hit. The paint shells goes up to his feet. He teleports away. As Wix continues to try to close this out. The headshot is good. Sylvan dead. 3 more kills to go. I'm Ready fires back. Puts 1 in the dirt for WGS. Needs to do so much more. Han waiting. Knows that there's a trademark in front of him. Chibop on the hunt. Swinging around the back. I'm Ready has not checked behind him here. Does he go for a knife this time? It would be bold of him. No, he's not going to take his chances. He's not here to try to show off. He's here to lock in a series versus Damwon Kian next week. Han now going to pop the overdrive. Pure desperation. Kicked in for WGS, who are on their last leg. Storm into the showers. They hear the footsteps. The counter. They have their Jedi battle. Nakchi gets the final headshot, and MARU Gaming will take it. A 2-0 over WGS. They will move forward into the losers bracket final versus Damwon Kian next Saturday, as well as lock in a spot in the last chance qualifier.
It's such a well-deserved victory for MARU. They've been playing great all year. Again, we talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast, a continued ascension, continued improvement. So kudos across the board to this team throughout this year. And now they get to go to LCQ. It is confirmed they are going, and I cannot wait because I have a lot of expectations for this MARU team, and there has to be a lot of happy family members. I think that's one of the MARU parents who is very, very happy. She has a big smile on her face.
What a season for MARU so far. A team that went from crying after being eliminated, being, you know, so thoroughly upset in Stage 1, being taken down in, I believe, the first round of the playoffs after being sent to the lower bracket. But refocused, changed a couple positions, brought in a veteran shot caller in Zhonghai, brought in moves from Team 5, and just went on the grind under the guidance of Coach Knox. And they've made some bold calls. They leave Bind up against both Onslayers, against WGS. And they get those wins. Double 2-0s for them here in this lower bracket run. And like I said, I talked to Stax before this match began, and he said he's kind of anticipating to play against MARU in the grand final. He thinks that they have what it takes.
I believe him. I mean, not only because he's an amazing player and he has such an unbelievable mind for the game, but also because of the way that MARU's playing. I mean, you see a lot of great coordination. You see a lot of great decision-making, round-to-round adjustments that are generally pretty good. I mean, really, the only criticism I have of MARU today was just a late timeout from a Nox. That's literally it. Everything else was good. I mean, WGS is too good. You're not just going to be able to run over them. You're too evenly matched with them.
I'd say late timeout, a little bit messy.
Well,
On the bind, but when you're playing against WGS, it's hard not to get dragged down into the mud.
Yeah.
But overall, I agree. I think that they played quite well. They played well as a squad. Was it as clean as it was versus Onslayers? No, but it also didn't need to be. Double 13 and 7s. The records here on both of these maps, and they've got to be feeling pretty damn good.
Wix was insane today. I mean, just absolutely top to bottom.
A little whiffy at the beginning of bind, but
a little bit whiffy.
that's his rap name, is a little whiffy.
A little Wixy. But look, he's been great. And even though, you know, we didn't get to see Noctu's chamber, still his raise today, not bad. I mean, impactful in the way that raises need to be with their utility. The grenades to clear space and, you know, delay plants or whatever. And then a few good blast packs here and there. The showstoppers left a little bit to be desired, but that's all right. Still came through. Junghai was insane as well today. Junghai had one of the best days I've seen from him maybe ever. Just as a top-to-bottom performance. I mean, not only individually was he insane, like his score lines are phenomenal from both maps, but the way he maneuvered this team, the round-around adjustments, again, were so good. The way that they dialed up some really good, you know, utility combos, particularly on Breeze. I was really impressed with some of the kind of way that they managed space on that map.
Just absolutely wonderful here from MARU. They've got to be feeling just so elated with how everything transpired here. You know, again, a little bit scrappy from time to time, but that's fully what we had expected from this series, from the outset. They look good. And now they finally get to take a bit of a pause. You know, they don't have to go day after day after day playing matches. They get a bit of a break. They've got a tough opponent to prepare for in Damwon Kia. But with that time set aside, with what Anox has shown us in their preps for Onslayers, it's entirely possible that MARU gets that win.
Oh yeah. I mean, they take maps off of Damwon, so don't be surprised at all if it's not. You know, it's a best of 5 as well, so that's pretty exciting. I think this is the first time we get to see MARU in a best of 5. So
yeah.
Well, no. Wait, there was the decider.
Oh, okay. There was a tiebreaker versus WGS, and it did go all the way to 5. But that's
right.
it. That's the only best of 5 that we had, and it was I had to stream it and observe it on my channel. So this is the first time that they'll be playing a best of 5
there you go, on stage.
in the studio on stage with this kind of stakes behind it.
Yes.
Because you know, if they had lost that one versus WGS, we go through the open qualifier.
Right.
You know, there's obviously some tough competition. F4Q didn't make it in.
Right.
But I think MARU probably would have been fine. So I don't think it would have changed too much. This is a different beast, though. So we'll see what they have ready for us when it comes down to map drafting and whatnot. Because Damwon, I think that they're down to play a lot of the maps that MARU likes to play. They're down for bind. They're down for Breeze. They've bested Onslayers on Breeze. They absolutely dismantled them on Breeze. You know, Fracture maybe a bit.
That one has been really close between the two of them, right? Like there's been a few overtimes in there.
Yeah.
When they faced off, I think Damwon has a slight edge, but not much.
Yeah.
And I think MARU's improved a lot so far this year. So you can't sleep on this MARU team, as obviously Stacks told us. So, and not that we didn't think that. I've been very high on MARU for a long time. I mean, again, they're just they just keep getting better. And that's so exciting, because if this keeps happening, eventually they're going to be that team that's right there with DRX that we talk about as being, you know, that number 2 or number 1 team maybe even. Who knows?
Well, we'll see where they end up. Damwon are going to be giving them everything they've got to try and stop them from making it into the grand final. MARU, see how much they want it, how much prep they can get done. Things were a little bit, you know, rocky here at the beginning, but once they found their legs, they were able to really start running away with it. WGS just could not build momentum both here and on Breeze. Some rough times for those guys, but I hope to see WGS again in the future. And I know that might sound weird hearing me say that, because I've been so frustrated from time to time with how WGS can play, how inconsistent they can be. But it seemed like things in this stage, they really started going in the right direction. Kind of fell apart here in this last series, but MARU's also been playing exceptionally, so I can only hold it against them so much. I hope that this squad can stay together as 5, same coaching staff, same everything, and make an entry into next year. Because I think that, as we have been saying, there is so much talent on this WGS team. They just need to learn how to really utilize it consistently, and they can be one of the teams that goes off, that fights the international competition.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I fully agree with you. I think that there's too much talent on WGS to ever sleep on them. So if they can just find the right kind of mentality and the right footing, the right analysis and coaching and all those pieces you need to put together to make a good team, no doubt in my mind that WGS is good enough to compete with anybody. I mean, we've seen it before, right? They almost beat DRX in Stage 1. They almost beat them.
Yep.
So we know that they're capable of it. Just needs to happen consistently.
That it does. And that might have been the last time DRX dropped a map in VCT Korea.
In VCT Korea, yeah.
It might have been.
It was.
I think it was. Well, there you have it. And yeah, I mean, their win streak has obviously continued on. They think that they're going to be able to go 21-0 ahead of Copenhagen. So we'll have to see. MARU or Damwon, one of them is going to get the opportunity to try to stop DRX and be the representative from Korea. But as we wait for the Korean interview to conclude, just get to hang out a little bit.
Yeah, just chill with us for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Get ready for the weekend.
I mean, they have a lot to talk about in that
Yeah.
Korean interview with this one is with Jonghai, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the Nox is there
And the
too.
Nox.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, this is an enormous moment for them. The biggest win, obviously, of these players' careers thus far.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and now there's so much more to play for the rest of the year for them. A lot to work on, of course, still. But, that being said, you got Damwon coming up, and then, DRX looms in the finals. So
Yep.
This weekend's going to be exciting. Saturday, Sunday, 2 more days of VCT Korea, and then we find out, who's going to Copenhagen. That's the important thing now. We know the LCQ teams for sure.
That's all on lock, unless, like you said, there's some weird, funky
Well,
stuff that goes
there's
on.
a world where if whoever from Korea goes to Masters wins Masters 2, there's a world where
it could open it up.
Yeah.
So there's a hope. There's a chance, WGS. Don't worry.
there's hopium still.
But it's pretty
gonna need a lot
unlikely,
of it,
and I wouldn't bet on that one.
Yeah.
But here we go. I mean, not what we anticipated. Double 2 zeros here on the day. Felt like it was going to be fated to go to 3, much like we saw yesterday from WGS versus Spear. But as WGS kind of said in their pre-match interview, didn't really go over it. It's tough when you don't have that much time to prepare. And that's just the way that it is when you get knocked down to the lower bracket. You enter into a gauntlet. You have to be able to have these quick, less than 24-hour turnarounds if you want to find success, if you want to get into that grand finals. DRX is already there. They're going to be waiting. Come next Sunday, or this Sunday, I should say. They have to figure out who their opponent is going to be. That will be decided on Saturday as Damwon Kia go up against MARU Gaming in a best of 5.
I'm so looking forward to this weekend. Of course, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that Damwon Kia MARU Gaming should be, really intense. I mean, a really close battle between 2 really good teams. I can see either team coming out of it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, Damwon Kia still struggling a bit against DRX, but everybody is, so, whatever. I mean, Bognan was a little bit off today. I think for them, if they're going to make a run, if they're really going to challenge not just MARU, but also DRX, then you gotta get Bognan to come online for the rest of this, this next weekend.
Yeah, for sure. That was something that was a bit lacking today. Stark difference between his performance just yesterday coming into this one. So, not yesterday, 2 days ago, I suppose. Forget when it was. Either way, Bognan, yeah. Hopefully with a little bit of rest, some additional preparation, he and the rest of Damwon Kia can find that form that we saw from them versus the likes of Onslayers, because that is the kind of form that they need to best DRX, and at this point, really, to best MARU, because MARU continues to look good.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win that. I am completely convinced that either team can win, and I am really excited for MARU. I mean, in general, this team does all the right things. I mean, you can see the amount of effort and preparation they put in. You see the utility combos. You see the things that good teams, like really good Valorant teams, do. They do them. They're very smart for the most part. Yes, there's still some weird things here and there, but they seem to have a really good read on the flow of the game and the function of the game and where their opponents are going and what their opponents are trying to do for the most part. So
yeah,
that's super impressive.
no, it absolutely is, and I'm so happy to see it after having conversations tomorrow after that stage 1, seeing them be like, you know what, we can persevere, we can get better, buckle down,
Yeah,
continue onward,
they
and
have
now
the right mentality. Yeah,
find themselves further into the playoffs than they have ever been before, and potentially can make it to the grand finals. So a lot of pressure on this young gun squad, but hopefully they can break through. We'll have to just wait and see. That's a topic for another day, though, guys. That's going to happen on Saturday, then Sunday. For now, it's time for our interview. So let's throw down to the floor where Chobra is standing by.
Thank you, gentlemen. We're on stage with Wix, who takes the MVP on Bind after the 2-0 victory for MARU Gaming over WGS Exit. Let's first hear how he's feeling not only about this victory, but now moving on to the losers finals and also securing their spot in that last chance qualifier. 네, 윅스 선수 먼저 승리 축하드립니다. 오늘 승리로 이제 패자조 결승에도 올라가지만 또 LCQ의 자리까지 확보를 하셨는데 지금 기분이 어떠신가요?
일단 진짜 너무 좋아요. 너무 좋습니다.
근데 너무 덤덤하게 말씀하시는데 진짜 좋으신 거 맞으시죠?
그렇죠.
네, 알겠습니다. Yeah, I'm just so happy. I really am. And I just wanted to check because he was so quiet, but he swears he's very, very happy about the exact result that happened today with their victory over WGS Exit. Now, these two teams, they have met, that's 6 times now this year, 4 times just in Stage 2. Was there any pressure because of that coming into the match? 네, 그러면 오늘로써 이제 6번 올해 만난 거고 또 이번 스테이지만 해도 4번을 상대를 했거든요, WGS 상대로. 그래서 뭐 좀 더 부담스럽거나 걱정이 되거나 이런 부분은 없었나요?
그냥 저희가 실수만 안 하고 하던 대로 하면은 무조건 이긴다는 마인드라서 딱히 별 생각은 없었습니다.
우리가 더 강한 팀이다 이런 생각이 있으셨던 것 같습니다. Yeah, we just figured as long as we don't make the mistakes, we were the team to win. We were going to win, so we just focused on playing our own style and confidently, and it definitely showed with all the prep they had and just how much they've grown throughout the stage 2. Now moving on, they will have to face Damwon Kia in a best of 5. What does he think is going to be the hardest part about that matchup? 네, 그러면 이제 다음에는 패자조 결승에서 담원 기아랑 만나게 됩니다. BO5인데 이 매치에서 제일 어려운 부분은 어떤 부분을 예상하시나요?
BO5라 일단 예상은 안 가지만 조금
이게 좀 부담스러우신가요? 네. 솔직하게 대답해 주셨네요. 네, 알겠습니다. It's a best of 5. It's hard to really predict what might happen, but I think there's just a lot of pressure. And of course there is. I mean, this is the losers final. You're one step away from making it to the grind finals here to try to face off against DRX. Now, I just want to ask, we know that we've seen a lot of growth from not only Wix, but his entire team and his coach, the entire organization. How does he rate MARU Gaming's growth so far here in Stage 2? 네, 그러면 저는 윅스 선수한테서 직접 들어보고 싶은 게 저희는 중계를 하고 팬분들이 볼 때는 마루 게이밍이 진짜 이번 스테이지에 성장을 했다 이런 느낌이 들지만 윅스 선수가 생각할 때는 마루 게이밍의 성장이 10점 만점에서 몇 점이다라고 생각하시나요?
5점이요.
5점이요?
네.
왜 어떤 이유로 5점이죠?
아직 저희가 실수가 많이 나오고 피드백한 부분에서 좀 아직 덜 그래서 아직 점수 정도에서 5점.
아직까지는 자리를 잡지 못한 좀 부분들이 있다고 말씀해 주셨습니다. Yeah, I would say our growth is a 5 out of 10 so far. So I said 5 out of 10, and he says, well, we've been making a lot of mistakes, and some of the feedback we've gotten, we still haven't cleaned up. So that's something, if I had to give a score objectively, I would say we're still at a 5 out of 10 in terms of our growth so far. Last but not least, let's hear a word from Wix, the fans not only here but abroad that have been cheering on for MARU Gaming. 네, 그럼 마지막으로 현장에 와주신 팬분들과 또 전 세계적으로 응원해주신 팬분들께 한마디 부탁드립니다.
응원해 주셔서 정말 감사합니다.
감사합니다. Just thank you so much for all of your support. That was Wix, the MVP on Bind from MARU Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, MARU Gaming now secures their spot in the LCQ and goes on to face off against Damwon Kia this coming Saturday. We'll see you then.